Hello again, fellow basement dwellers, nerds of all kind. Welcome into, yes, there's one of the nerds right there. There's another nerd right there. I'm surrounded by nerds. It's a good time. It is a good day. Welcome into this another edition of Bandwagon Nerds Live. That's kind of like the new gimmick, as we are coming to you here today. If you're watching live, it's going to be a day earlier than we normally do because there's reasons. Lots of reasons. I got stuff going on. Our fearless leader, Patrick O'Dowd, not here today as he is intaking kids in the middle of a blizzard in the great Northeast. Good luck, Patrick. Wish you nothing but the best. Make sure you cover your appendages. I'm just going to throw that out there because, you don't want something falling off. Right, guys? Just going to throw that out there. Anyway, I am
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Or what happens in Massachusetts goes all over the internet, apparently. But anyway, we are here today to talk to you guys about some more good nerdy stuff. I have, of course, welcomed into the show by my two besties in the podcasting land. Let me welcome in, first off, the man, the myth, the legend of all things Battle Royale Madness. He will be taking over the back half of this show to lead us through Battle Royale Madness, the World Comics Edition. It is the one and only Raymond S. Cashington, the number one member of the Josh Allen fan club. Ray, what's up,
wow.
brother?
That was harsh. He thought he was just going to be Barrett number one, and he turned you into Josh Allen's fan.
I'm variant number 17, apparently. But what up, my boy? Hey, everybody.
Wow.
What's good? Hi, fellow listeners. Shout out to the big homie Rob Ropes, my boy Rob. You saw I had the little thing up with the sign saying hi to him in the last show. He's watching. Also, shout out to our good friend, my boy Outsider Carl. Him and his daughter are paying attention because she's interested in the World Comics bracket. So we got people.
Yeah. Is that the new subscriber I got? Rob Ropes? Is that who that is?
Yeah. Trade me your first round pick, Carl.
You froze for a second.
I'll have him trade you his first round pick. If you get Dan, they give me Jameer Gibbs. He also give me next year. You know why? Because that contract running out, baby.
Also welcoming to the show, as always, is the one and only, the Flash himself, the paragon of love, the one and only PC Tunney. Yeah, we'll be talking some flashy sort of stuff later on. Tunney, how you doing, brother? Welcome into another edition of Bandwagon Nerds. What is this, 325? 325th episode? Jeez.
Happy Super Saturday, everybody. Thanks for tuning into Four Corners. Thanks for tuning in now to Bandwagon Nerds. Let's get nerdy.
Let us get nerdy. We got some cool stuff that we are going to be talking about here on this episode. We're going to be running for you guys some actual live trailers here today. We got a few of them. It was like, it just kind of came out of nowhere, right? Thursday. You don't expect there to be a big trailer dump. And the next thing you know, it's like, what are all these great trailers coming out on a Thursday for? So we've got a few of them that we'll be covering and we'll be looking at that. Of course, it can't be a week, if it's a week of the year, we're going to talk about this emerging triple threat match between Warner Brothers, Netflix, and Paramount. I mean, because it is turning in. I'm just wondering when we get the 3 stages of hell, because I think we're slowly moving in that direction. So we're going to talk.
Is there any chance that Jacob Fatu sticks his nose in this triple threat, in this 3 stages of hell business?
It probably wouldn't hurt. Probably wouldn't hurt the way that these guys are going. We do have
no breaks with it.
That's the type of behavior that got you locked up, Jacob.
We've got some news. We got some news about Batman. We got a writer for The Brave and the Bold, and it's causing some controversy and some stir. We got some Oscar news as one of our favorite movies of the year. Broke records, gentlemen. Broke fucking records. We will talk about some Oscar nominations as we come down. Even some video game news for our friend DJ, who gave us something, which is kind of cool for those of us who are old school Xbox people, and of course, Battle Royale Madness. But let's get into it. Let's jump right into the trailer park. We got talk a couple of trailers that we're not actually going to show, but we are going to talk about them here on this episode. And the first one is straight up. It is a special one. It is for my good friend Patrick O'Dowd, because I know he's excited about this one. The Muppet Show is returning to Disney Plus in barely a week, guys, on February 4th, and we got a look at the trailer for the Muppet Show this past week. And, it looks good. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter's in there. You got some other people in there. You've got Seth Rogen talking about dreams and Fozzie telling him to get new dreams. And a lot of this, I think we kind of saw before when it first got leaked, but now you kind of see it again. And I know, Tony, you'd mentioned that Kermit does not sound like Kermit, and that is pretty apparent in this trailer, that Kermit does not exactly sound like Kermit the Frog that we know, but I don't know. It looks like a fun show. I'm willing to give this one a chance. What do you think?
Kermit the Frog here.
Yes, thank you.
Well done.
The big thing that they have going for them is Sabrina Carpenter and Seth Rogen. I remember when they tried this, about 12 years ago, maybe or so, maybe a little less, and it was a short run, but it was under the premise of Kermit hosting a late night show. I think this is just a throwback to the old Muppet Show where they're just going to have guests on and do skits, and more like a kids Saturday Night Live, as opposed to like the premises we're shooting a television show where the idea is the Muppets run a late night show. Right. I think it's going to be more of just the show in the 60s, Laugh-In with Goldie Hawn and all them people. It's more of a kids Saturday Night Live, Laugh-In, skit kind of songs, kind of story-ish kind of intertwined there. But I thought the trailer was fun. You had Ralph playing the piano and he's like, what, you just think that was a sound to your track to your life back there or what? So I am endured by the characters. I'll always say that my favorite version of anything content-wise Muppets was Muppet Babies. Was fucking awesome when I was younger. But I will tune in to the first episode to see how it's going to be. So I'm excited. I hope they do well. If I had to bet, I don't think you see more than 2 seasons of this because that's just kind of how it goes.
I love the 2 old guys at the end, the guys in the balcony who are all
Yeah,
and they're all like,
awesome.
I can't believe that they brought back the old show, and the one guy's like, well, if it ain't broke, and the other guy's like, oh, they're broke, that's why they brought it back. So I thought that was awesome. Ray, are you going to be tuning into the Muppet Show when it debuts here in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Like Tony says, Sabrina Carpenter is one of the hottest stars in the game right now. Maya Rudolph.
Oh, that's a huge get, actually. I forgot to mention that. Maya Rudolph being involved, hopefully behind the scenes even more so because she's brilliant. But Ray, the question I want to ask you for interrupting you is, if it wasn't for Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter would be the most popular lady on the planet.
White lady,
sure. Well,
yeah. Beyonce exists. Rihanna exists.
They're getting old.
Look at the numbers, my boy. And Rihanna's more relevant than ever now because she's having babies.
They're not my babies, damn it.
Shouts to A$AP Rocky.
Wow.
But no, definitely. I'll give you this. She may be the biggest current pop star in the world. Is one for Taylor. I give you that for sure. She's killing the game. I'm very happy for her. Very proud of her. Growing up watching her and all the shows she did, but Garmy's World one particular. I'm interested in the show. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be fun. I am worried about the show, as I mentioned the last time we talked about this, because I think the idea and the style of which they do the show is a bit antiquated. I do not know if it's going to have the legwork in 2026. I hope I'm wrong, because the Muppets still have a lot to give to society and to comedy and entertainment. But I just don't think that format of the variety show is gonna do much anymore.
The funniest part though of the trailer was what did Sabrina goes, I don't mind a little kink, and then the little what is he? He's a Chris Crawdad or whatever he is. What is he?
Yeah, the little Crawdad.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hola.
I wonder if Beaker's cousin Seamus will pop up. That is canon. They are cousins.
We could use a banger after banger after banger after banger after
Hi,
banger.
Patrick. That's your wrestling announcement for the day.
I didn't say wrestling. It could be anything.
He should walk into Beakert's lab and say, Beakert, you got Beaker after Beaker after Beaker after Beaker. Like, I could be a writer for the show.
Now I know why Patrick hates this shit. I set that up. I get it now.
That's right. You're going to take all the blame for when he throws his phone. And
Don't
he's going to throw.
PC
Hey, Pat, don't throw your phone because you'll lose it in the snow this week. So I'm just going to throw that. Maybe want to hold on to that thing.
No, that's what Patrick hates. Patrick doesn't hate what Ray and I just did. Patrick hates when Dave or somebody else says Patrick throws his phone. That's what he hates.
So he's throwing his phone at the idea of being told he threw his phone?
Yeah.
How meta are we getting today?
It's a Russian nesting doll of bullshit here. It just keeps going.
That's
like
hilarious,
one.
Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Let's move on to the next trailer because I think we're all looking forward to the Muppet Show and seeing what they do with this reboot and see how they revamp this. And like you're saying, Ray, one of the things is, do they modernize this at all? Do they kind of do anything to make it fresher, or do they stick to the tried and true formula that has worked many times in the past. So, we'll see. We'll see what they do with this. The other trailer, before we get into the stuff we're going to actually watch with you fellas, girls, ladies, gentlemen, everybody live, this is an interesting one that I got off IGN. And it's a trailer for a movie that's coming out that is going to be called, if I can actually pull it up, if somebody will, I don't know who these people are on Steam. They're not even my account, but it's a movie called Beam Me Up Sulu. This is an interesting one because it looks like it is a fan-made movie that has taken 20 some odd years to get done. And
30.
30 years to
like
get
30,
done.
36 years or something.
Yeah. And George Takei, who of course we all know plays Sulu in Star Trek, was approached by this fan about this movie. And actually, despite the fact that he's, well compensated actor for all these years,
he replied, "Wow,
yes.
You took it up.
Oh my. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow."
But he actually shows up and he appears in this movie. And then the guy that the I don't know if you can't call it tapes anymore, but whatever it was filmed on, like the guy's mom moved it or something and it was vanished for years and now it's resurfaced and they found it. I have no idea when this is coming out or where it's coming out. It's just like something. But, Star Trek is, of course, one of those franchises that we never put it in our big three of what we cover here on Bandwagon Nerds, but it's in the top 5, I would say, as far as like nerdy sort of franchises. Ray hates Star Trek, but Ray also, he hates puppies. He hates, cute things and that sort of stuff. And it's, he loves Josh Allen. But everything else is a problem. But no, I mean, look, whether you like it or not, Ray, you got to admit Star Trek is iconic as a franchise. There's no disputing that. And Ray's like, what? All right. Anyway, I'm going to go to Tunney first on this one, man. Tunney, what do you, because Ray's obviously not interested, but what did you think of this? This is an interesting concept. And it does take a look at Star Trek as a franchise that really did touch on, racial issues, some trans issues, or like people saying there's, some queer issues that they kind of touch base on and that sort of thing. They never shied away. And of course, we know George Takei is, he's a big advocate for gay rights and that sort of thing. And rightfully so. But what do you think of this trailer? I mean, does this have your interest at all? Or is it just kind of like, yeah, that might be fun, but...
So this was produced by Roddenberry Entertainment. It's going to be distributed by Tribeca Films. It's going to be released digitally on February 17th.
Thank you.
We talked about the Stuart Scott documentary, and
which was
Ray
great,
mentioned how much that visual representation was amazing for him as a child, right? And think about when Star Trek's like late 60s, early 70s, right? And obviously you have a white male lead in William Shatner, but you have these supporting characters of an Asian man and a black female in this show, and not a lot of shows would even venture to do that in the 60s
and a guy,
70s.
a Russian as well. They're in the heart of the Cold War. We put a Russian right there on the bridge of the Enterprise. Not really, but you know what I mean.
But my mom is a huge Star Trek fan. I never really got into it, but like you said, Dave, it's sci-fi wise and nerd wise, it's one of the biggest IPs, right? So it's interesting. It's really cool to see that Takei, he just showed up. He didn't ask for anything. He thought it was cool. He thought it was cute in a really good way, and just wanted to, like, I'm sure he was so happy that he was happy to see people like him wanting to do stuff like this. You know what I mean? It came full circle. Like, they were thrilled to see him because that was someone like them. And then he was like, shit, people like me are actually watching this. That's fucking great. And you hear these people go, we just wanted to play Star Trek. And the fact that we got to do it with him is amazing. So yeah, this is fucking cool. This is really fucking cool. And yeah, it's nearly 40 years later this is going to come out. So I think it probably doesn't work if it comes out around that time or in 10 years. It's such a better story now. I'm going to get so much more traction. This is one of those things. I was watching Back to Wrestling this morning, and I said every time, I forget what it was, makes my heart smile, but this is something that makes my heart smile.
Like watching Crush matches, they make your heart smile.
No, now I got to go find what I said. Where is it?
I did like the fact about the movie that they talk about. They're very honest. Like, look, if you're looking at this like a movie critic, it's going to be
Sami Zayn and the Montreal crowd make my heart smile. There you go.
Yeah. they're saying if you're looking at this from the standpoint of a movie critic, you got to give it a thumbs down. If you're looking at it for the purposes of what it was made for, which is fan service and that sort of thing, it's a big double thumbs up. Ray, you're shitting all over Star Trek as I'm sitting here watching you, and your facial.
Said one word.
You don't have to.
One word.
There is this thing called body language. I don't know if you've heard of it, Ray, but you can kind of read that. Live long and prosper, brother.
Why you throwing me the Vader sign?
It's not Vader, Steve.
It's time. It's time.
It's Vulcan time.
Finally, it's
Vulcan time. Go ahead, Ray.
All right, so look. First and foremost, love the fact everything Tony said was fantastic. That's one of the best. We do these trailer parks and we talk about stuff and we give our opinion. Tony's 2 minutes is one of the best we've ever done in explaining that. That was fantastic because of the idea of representation. Now, not trying to be funny or say anything, just being literal. As the only guy on the show of a different race, respect to Dave and his Jewish lineage, but as like actual different race.
You could say it, Ray. We're big boys. We will accept what you're about to say here.
Well, sure, but I don't.
I'm the marquee German, blonde-haired, blue-eyed,
the two white guys
privileged male right here.
The two white privileged male, and then we got the cool guy here who is.
Well,
Ray
you're
Cash.
both white, but being a Jewish person is in its own kind of world itself. That's not necessarily racial, you know what I mean? And it's bigger than a religion, but
true.
The point I'm trying to make is I'm the dude usually on the show that pushes representation a lot because of my experiences. So I appreciate that a million times in this movie and you bringing that up. I don't hate Star Trek. I'm not a fan of Star Trek because that's not my era. The Star Treks I came up with weren't really very good. I think when you talk about IP wise, only reason I'm kind of poo-pooing that thought about it, if you list out the list and everything in nerddom, Star Trek isn't high because you guys are valuing the nostalgia of it. And I'd argue people ain't really big Star Trek guys. People love Star Wars. They care about the characters, but they care about the stories. People like the characters in Star Trek. I ain't never heard one person talk about, man, that great storyline in Star Trek. I just like Captain Kirk. So that's the only thing I was saying about that. Clearly, I probably won't watch the movie because I'm not a Star Trek guy. But George Takei is one of America's greatest exports. He's one of America's greatest advocates. The things that he's endured, stood for, fought for, been ostracized for, he's had some issues too. Let me not say that. But so I appreciate that. Also, wasn't Star Trek the first interracial kiss? The black girl and Captain Kirk? First interracial kiss on television.
It was the
they
first
was out there like saying
the first interspecies kiss, that's for sure.
Yeah, they didn't give a flying fuck about what you thought. We gonna do what we want, and I love it. So shout out to Star Trek for that.
Remember Eddie Murphy talking about Captain Kirk, and he would just fuck anything that moves. So I mean, there's
shout out to that. Where you think Star-Lord got it from? Captain Kirk is the man.
The episode was Plato's Stepchildren. It aired on November 22nd, 1968, in which Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant O'Hara, and William Shatner, Captain Kirk, were the first black-white kiss on American network television.
There you go.
Breaking barriers, man.
Unapologetically unafraid to break down barriers. And that's one of the reasons that people love it. And of course, William Shatner is an American icon. So is Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, all those guys. And Next Generation followed in the footsteps, and we don't have to get into that whole debate. Yeah, this one go ahead, Tony.
Do you want to know here? You want to know some interesting things that happened here, though? NBC executives feared backlash from Southern television stations, leading to attempts to film a version where it was a romantic choice. So the scene was forced by telekinetic aliens.
Got it.
Right, Ray? I'm like, you can't loud it and then not like give the real. But you know what? Progress is progress, I guess.
Hey, exactly.
I have a lot of,
you know what I mean?
I have a lot of appreciation and understanding for the things that people had to do and kind of overcome in those times. So the fact that they had the balls to release it, you didn't give it to the whole world, to the whole country. Cool. You gave it to a bunch of it. That's still something. You still said, fuck it.
They gave it to the country.
No,
they just came up
to the
with
whole
a reason.
Country. They feared the Southern backlash,
right,
so instead of making it a romantic choice, it was forced by telekinetic aliens
made them do the kiss. It wasn't of their own volition. They were forced into it, Ray.
They still
which is
no, I agree. I'm just saying it's like, yeah, it's just a it's a bad caveat to
It's
include.
dumb.
For sure.
But it is
it
1968.
happens.
That's the year I was born, for you guys doing your math at home. Yeah, so
Things finally started turning around once Dave got into the world.
Thank you,
I
Dave.
take full credit.
Appreciate
It's
you, buddy.
all me. Once I was
Appreciate you.
born, this shithole planet started to turn around. I don't know what the excuse is now, but anyway. All right, so we're going to get into the trailers that we're actually going to watch with you guys watching it at home. If you're following along with us right now, we're going to go ahead and check these out. So the first one that we're going to look at is a show that we have covered extensively here on Bandwagon Nerds. We've watched the first 3 seasons. The 4th season is coming March 18th, 2026. It is coming to Amazon Prime. Let's go ahead, and if I can get this pulled up the right way.
By the way, we're going to talk about 2 of these characters later on in Battle Royale Madness.
We are. It is very topical, as Ray says. We have that coming up. We're going to
Likely
take
briefly.
I don't think those matchups will last very long, but we are going to at least check out. Let's take a look at the trailer that we've got. This is the official trailer for Invincible Season 4. And let's go there right about now. Here we go.
I waited to watch the ones
yes.
we're watching live. I haven't watched them yet. So
Oh,
that was
really?
awesome.
All right. A lot going on in that trailer. No doubt about that. So we finally get to see Omni-Man and Alan return to Earth to meet up with Mark and to recruit him into this war against the Viltrumites. You get to see what is it? Battle Cat? It's not, or what is it? Battle Cat? What is his name?
Thok, Battle Beast. Dude,
Battle Beast.
The best character in the world.
Yeah.
Like if we included him in the Battle Royale Madness tournament, it wouldn't it be over. Dude, it's fucking amazing. It's my favorite animated character, Thok, Battle Beast.
We got
favorite.
Battle Beast. We've got the Guardians. We've got there's and you get to see even the stuff that we got in Hell at the end of season 3 is alluded to in this. Dude, this season looks like it's got everything that we've been waiting for. All the loose ends seem to be coming in this trailer. You see a lot of that stuff. Nolan / Omni-Man coming back to Earth to meet up with Mark to try and gain Mark's trust. There's a scene with him and Debbie where you got to figure there's that interaction between Nolan and Debbie that's going to be, holy shit, that's going to be a big one to try and get around. The question I have out of all this is, can Omni-Man be trusted? I think he probably can at this point after everything he's been through, but I wouldn't bet body parts on that. But Tony, I'll go to you first, man. You watch this thing live. I know you're very impressed by this. What do you think of this trailer? Season 4 shaping up, unlike The Witcher Season 4. This one looks like it's going to be fucking fire.
So Wonder Man is something new, and I can't wait for that to come out next week.
This week, yeah.
And everything's dropping at once. So I'm guessing after this show, we're going to have a little battle plan on what we want to do there. But as far as returning things, The Boys, Daredevil, Born Again, and Invincible, looking forward to all of them. But this, for me, number 1. All the stuff we were waiting for last year, thinking, may we get it? Is it lead to? No, we were setting everything up. And now it's just gonna punish you in a great fucking way. I think I can't wait for this season. I can't wait to see the intricacies. There's a lot of inside baseball happening, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If I have one bold prediction, just when it looks like Omni-Man has turned his back on Mark and Earth, he's going to sacrifice himself to save the day.
Well, you get the guy at the end of the whole thing saying, leave no one alive. So the Viltrumites, this is scorched Earth. It is no longer a matter of subjugating the planet. Obviously, this war goes in a direction where whoever's in charge of the Viltrumites says, fuck them all. Kill everybody, leave nobody left standing. Ray, your thoughts on this trailer for Invincible Season 4? Are you as amped up as Tony and I are for this thing? I know you are.
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the Season 3 was fantastic. But the one thing I think that was disappointing was that we all felt like we had been led to see some of the Viltrumite war, and we didn't get none of it. One of the first things you see is all them damn ships. It's about to go down. I'm very excited. You asked the question, can Omni-Man be trusted? And my answer is, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't know that he can be trusted outside of this, but he hates the Viltrumites just as much as Earth hates the Viltrumites. And we know this for a fact. Maybe Mark doesn't, but we know for a fact because he was in Viltrumite prison. So, he absolutely is prepared to do what it takes. He also, if you remember, one little Easter egg that a lot of people probably don't think about, had been giving clues the whole time of how to beat the Viltrumites by the books he was writing. The little special Ghost Rider looking motherfucker on the jetpack looking thing.
Yeah.
Two interesting things to me. That's probably going to be the two most interesting things for me throughout the entire season. One, Mark at the very first shot is missing a leg and missing an arm. Either that or that's some type of bionic cast. But it was very weird. And I'm wondering what trauma. We know Mark goes through all the trauma in the world emotionally. What trauma physically does he go through? Because every season, the first episode, something bad happened. Like, so that. Two, we all thought it was weird the way Eve died and came back.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to see that there is real ramifications for what happened.
There's something not right with her, and she knows it, and it's getting worse. And so
100%.
Whatever brought her back may have had an ulterior purpose or ulterior motive. But yeah, that's a big point. And of course, Mark and Eve and their love for each other that has evolved over now 3 seasons. It's certainly going to be a
But also, if you take Oliver out, because he still learned his powers.
He wasn't in this trailer. I didn't see Oliver.
He was the kid when they said we might need your help, and he said, well, how much does it pay?
Oh, okay.
Oliver.
Okay.
He's a teenager who's grown up.
He's not purple anymore either. So
he's like light purple. He's getting a bit closer to.
So he's turning more. He's going to steer into that white privilege, is what you're saying, right?
100%. It's almost there. Couple years. This is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But Eve is the second most powerful person on Earth after Mark. So besides their relationship and their love, you don't have Eve. I'm sorry, man, but like Robot and the girl and they cool.
Do we lose Eve this season?
Can she die?
She's losing her powers.
But she got killed last season and came right back to life.
But had her
on some Phoenix shit.
Well, I think like if we lose Eve, Mark likely becomes completely unhinged. And does he start going down the Omni-Man path? And would it be some ironic shit if it's his dad who has to bring him back from the dark side?
That may be something that happens. That'd be a fantastic story arc.
I mean, all those alternate dimensions where he's always bad.
That. And the story has been leading. I love beautiful storytelling and that things are kind of alluded to, but not overtly shown. The story has been leading to the fact that Mark swears up and down he's a good dude, but keeps doing consistently worse and worse shit over and over and over again, in that he really is his dad. He's just trying to pretend that he's not. And then I'll do some bad shit because I convinced myself it was for the greater good. Well, what the fuck do you think Nolan was doing?
He's got he's got this trauma, not just from Mark, but from Cecil too, right? Like mistrust that just leads him to go, I'm going to go in the other direction so far, and then loses it, right? So, I mean, we've seen it. Part of the preview was him clutching his fist, talking to Cecil, like, I'm ready to send you to next Tuesday,
We forget in canon. How old is he in this episode? How old in the season? 20?
Who, Mark? Maybe.
Yeah, he just went to college.
Yeah,
1920. This is a kid, bro. Like, this is on some Peter Parker type shit. Like, they're not prepared for this.
I think Mark's been through a lot more than Peter has at this point in their lives.
He really has.
Well, yeah, Peter hasn't dealt with otherworldly issues.
He's getting there, though. Hey. He's going to catch up. Don't worry.
The way May died in his arms is pretty rough.
Look at it this way. Uncle Ben never whooped Peter's ass to the point that he was almost dead.
That's fair. Think, Peter, think!
With great power comes this great ass whipping. All right.
That should be the show title.
With great power comes this great ass whipping. Yeah, maybe. Let's move into the next trailer that we're actually going to watch live. This one I had no clue, zero clue that this one was coming until it was there on YouTube. A new animated Star Wars feature is coming up called Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord. This is coming April 6, 2026 to Disney+. We've talked about stuff in the past. Like last week, we talked about Star Wars and how they were struggling and things that they don't get right, things that they do get right. Star Wars animation, very much like DC animation, they don't miss. And I think after you guys see this trailer, you're going to realize that, you know what, they aren't going to miss on this one either. So let us check out. Yes, sir.
Dave. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Brian, Tunney, I'm trying. Hold on.
You never seen the Bush's Beans commercial?
I have, but
the dog is cute. He says that.
The dog is cute. But
Yeah, he says.
beans.
So imagine I'm the dog. Imagine I'm just picture the dog and
All
close
right.
your eyes. You ready?
I'm rolling that beautiful
roll
bean
beautiful.
footage.
Yeah,
Here we go. Let's do it right now.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive, but do not live. The Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
That looks fucking good.
Woo! One of the
First
most
time seeing that, by the way.
first time for you too. Okay, see, I kind of like this doing this stuff. When it's the
I
first
do.
time you got.
I think we should. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I
It
hope
doesn't.
the people watching-
It takes a little bit of work to get this in the format where it can be used. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is important is you got one of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars, Darth Maul. Who, you know, if you're not familiar with the history of Darth Maul, if you think, well, wasn't he cut in half in Phantom Menace? Yes, but that's not where the story ended for him, because it's everything that happens with Clone Wars, with Rebels. There's a really deep story involving Darth Maul. So the fact that he is a focal point of this series, and it's interesting, it's like, okay, is the Empire trying to take him out? Is he still working for the Empire, taking other people out? I don't know, but it is one of the most iconic Sith warriors in the history of Star Wars. And, you know, it's done by the makers of Clone Wars. So, you know, Dave Filoni, who is now we know is taking over Star Wars as the Kevin Feige of the Star Wars universe. He's involved in this. I had no idea this was happening. I had not heard rumors or anything about a Darth Maul series coming. But dude, this is coming fast. April 6th is going to be here before you know it. This looks like it's going to be appointment viewing for anybody who is a Star Wars fan, which is all of us. Ray, it was your first time seeing that. What do you think, man? Is this got you interested, or how you feeling?
Yeah. Well, yeah. First of all, in terms of cool, in terms of memorable, yeah, Vader, Palpatine, I'd even argue Snoke and Kylo were probably more effective. But in terms of like cool, that's the coolest dude to ever pick up a lightsaber. Sorry, you 70s people. Sorry. That's the
Well,
coolest dude to ever pick up a lightsaber, my boy.
The double lightsaber. That is something that Maul's the only one I've really seen. Well, I don't know. Ventress Asajj, she might have actually, and we're getting
Grievous.
deep at Grievous.
Well, Grievous has like 9.
Yeah, like
fucking
9 of them.
sabers.
But I think Ventress, she used it in
Didn't
some
in
of them.
Acolyte somebody have one that broke apart?
I've never watched Acolyte, so that may be true.
I don't remember,
never
but
watched
maybe. I don't remember. There's aspect. Acolyte was a little
Maul had-
traumatic, so I kind of.
But I
blocked
mean,
it.
he has 3 things though, right? You talk about the dual saber, right? Beautiful, red, amazing. You know, you see ones and then you see it. Oh my god, the
face.
The
in
face,
its paint, or
the
if it's
horns.
just the way his face is, the color and the
Well, you
markings.
never know because all the
Right.
different species. Yeah.
So there's that, and then the horns too, like Dave mentioned. You know, like you can first you see the face, right? With the hood over it, you see the red and black swirl. Then you see the dual, and then when you get into
The
it,
horns, dog. It's bad
yeah,
boy.
you want the bull, you get the horns, right? So totally iconic. I would, as far as Sith Lords go, as Darths go, or whatever, I'd say Vader, Kylo Ren, and Darth.
Well, I
I'd-
put
I'd
Maul ahead
still-
of Kylo Ren. Easy. Not even
No.
close.
No,
even
Kylo
close.
was
Kylo's
more powerful, way
Kylo's
more
more
powerful.
powerful.
He was just a little
killed all
bitch
those.
boy.
He killed all those kids.
What?
He had a
Anakin
better.
killed all those kids. Kylo didn't kill kids. I mean, he
Oh,
brought down the
that's right.
temple. Yeah,
you're
kind of.
right. Well, yeah,
No.
he did. He brought down the temple. But then he had the better mask too, with the little red cracks in it.
The helmet is dope. The fucking helmet is dope.
Do you guys want to know something?
That's why Snoke told him to take that ridiculous thing
Do you
off.
want to see something really disappointing?
Snoke.
Let me show you something super disappointing. It's right next to me. I have to do this.
Go ahead.
There's no red in this.
No, there's not.
Oh, that's trash. That's
Yeah.
trash.
I've actually, when I seen that, like I went to buy it and I seen it, I'm like, no. Well, I had to get it anyway because I collect the helmets, right?
Yeah.
So immediately I messaged GP. I go, we need to figure out this configuration and you need to 3D print the pieces I need with the red cracks in them.
The one thing about the show, though, that I like the most about in the trailer is I don't know shit or nothing.
Right. And I mean,
So I'm
how
very
much
excited to
much
see
of that
something.
will be explained to you as opposed to like what I just told you guys. Like, yeah, they explained what happened to him in Clone Wars and Rebels and that sort of stuff and his backstory. I don't know if they're going to flesh all that stuff out and explain that to new people who may just be like, hey, wait a second.
Sure.
He fell down the shaft in Phantom Menace. Why is he still, why does he have a lower path?
I think they'll get to that, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think so? Like they're really
I
good
would
at
hope so.
storytelling.
I would hope
The
so.
whole
'cause-
the overall point I'm making though is that I'm tired of Skywalker shit. As long as this isn't a prequel of what happened, how he became Darth.
he's
Darth.
already Darth Maul.
Oh,
You
he's
can see
already
that,
Darth
yeah.
Maul.
Yeah.
He's got everything going on.
So if this is after all the fact, I'm very excited to see what it is because I know nothing about that.
So I've said the biggest thing Star Wars has left until they can flesh out where they're going to move forward with, and it seems like it's The Mandalorian, even though it's taking forever and we have no idea what encompasses that story afterwards and what direction they want to go, is filling in all the holes. Like we just want to know more about what happened. Like we know a lot, but why, how, for those 5-6 years, for this 7-8 years, right? And that's kind of what we're getting in these different side projects. So
Is there any possibility?
Skeleton Crew, this, etc.
I don't know the name of the race of people from the planet with the two tails in the back of the head.
Twi'leks.
Yeah. Is there any possibility that the lady Twi'leks we saw was Ahsoka?
Highly likely. That's who I thought. That's
the
who I
beginning?
perceived it to be. Actually,
Yeah.
If you look at the timelines involved, yeah.
is that too early? Or
No.
I don't know shit about the timelines. That's what I'm saying. That's what
Well,
I'm asking.
because
I think it's pretty close. Actually,
well, look at it this way.
because you think about the Acolyte happened before this.
Well, no, okay, so no, look at it this way. Because in Phantom Menace, Anakin's just a kid. In Clone Wars, he's teenager romancing Padme and all that sort of stuff. But the series Clone Wars, where Ahsoka gets involved, comes between that and Revenge of the Sith. So this should, by all accounts, be falling right into that. So yeah, that could very well be Ahsoka or another Force-sensitive. I don't know if Ahsoka's a Twi'lek.
I don't
Twi'lek
know.
or
The
not.
tails were purple. Isn't Ahsoka like white with a stripe around it, bluish?
I thought that was just the helmet. I'm not the helmet, but the hood part of the
Maybe.
hair.
Or maybe,
Hold on.
yeah, or maybe they. I don't know. Yeah, you could be right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. That is kind of the.
I'm efforting this. Ahsoka, she is a member of the alien species Togruta. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not well versed in that enough to know what that
You
stuff
asked the
means.
wrong question.
Togruta.
Dave.
Yeah, she looks kind of Twi'lek-ish, but a little bit more. Maybe not. Anyway, we can nerd out all we want. This looks like it's going to be great. Another nice addition to the Star Wars universe as they. It's great. We talked about it, how they need to get their strategy in place. Where are we going with the movies? This is great for now. Why are you laughing, Ray?
I just thought about something. It's just something else for us to watch in March and April. We
I
already
know.
got 3 things. It's a 4th.
Okay, so yes, Ahsoka is featured in the upcoming animated series Star Wars Maul Shadow.
It makes
So that's
sense.
her.
It makes sense with the grand scheme of what's going on. The Obi-Wan Darth Maul dynamic, Anakin Darth
Don't
Maul
you wish
dynamic.
this was a real action, live action
Won't be
series?
dope if it
show?
was.
Oh, sure.
Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing.
But who could play Maul? Because old boy is old now, isn't he?
Ralph
Ray
Fiennes.
Park or whatever his name is?
Ray Parker, yeah. I'm thinking of
Pick
Ralph
someone.
Fiennes.
You're
That's
basically under
Voldemort.
a hood. You're basically under a hood. Just pick someone. Anybody but Liam Hemsworth. Anybody.
Well, that's the reason why Ray Park was so dope, because Ray Park, if you don't know, that's a dude that's played like a lot of these dudes, is a real life swordsman and like ass kicker. So
So
he
for
didn't have
those
to have
of you-
a Sun Devil.
For those of you watching this live stream, you heard it here first. PC Tunney advocating for Liam Hemsworth
No, I
to
said
play
anybody
Darth Maul.
Anybody but.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
cruising
didn't
for a
hear that.
bruising, young
They're
man.
gonna be like, why is he so tall all of a sudden? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We're just trying to piss off Tony.
Why does his
Hang in
hair?
there.
Why does Darth Maul suddenly have long blonde hair? I don't get it, man. It's
And he
kinda
has
weird.
an Australian accent even though he doesn't talk.
Yeah, and his acting is suddenly kind of wooden and like, who's writing this shit for him? Anyway.
Why is he hanging out with a vampire Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, exactly. And some Asian girl who's pregnant but not pregnant, but maybe pregnant or
God,
sometimes
let's move
pregnant.
on. This is
Yeah,
my
okay.
fault. I apologize, everyone. Let's get back to school
Tony did it.
class.
All right. Let's take a look at our last trailer, kind of the main event. This has been rumored. We've seen the script has been leaked in a few places, or at least the concept of the script for the reboot of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Man, there's already opinions flying left and right online about this trailer. We're going to check it out here. This one is coming, let me get the date, June 5th, 2026, coming into theaters. Masters of the, what is, Ray, your whiteboard is blinking out. We have the power. That's right. Is that what you're saying, Ray?
Damn it. Yes.
I have the...
That's what I named this live stream. We have the power. All right.
Fuck the
That's-
board. Damn it. Stupid board.
It's the background. All right. Let's get into this thing. Let us check out this trailer.
You need to find a big whiteboard to put behind you, so that's all you see. You turn around right on.
I'm going to change where my desk is. Yes, it's happening soon.
All right. Here you go, guys. This is the trailer for the upcoming Masters of the Universe, June 5th, 2026 in theaters. One of the most anticipated movies. I mean, all I'll say, well, we'll talk about it after. Let's watch it right now.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
Woo! All right. Was that, you guys hadn't seen that live yet? Or had you guys
I
seen
saw
that?
that one. I had seen that one.
You see that one,
I've
Tony?
seen
Is that the first time you saw that? All right, let's go to your reaction first. I mean, there are already people online saying, oh, it's a woke He-Man and all this kind of stuff. Like, it looks like fucking He-Man. I don't know what else you want from this. It's like, oh
yeah,
my
it looks
God.
like it looks like He-Man. Yeah, I don't get that.
I'll say
I hadn't
this.
seen that.
Unlike the movie with Dolph Lundgren, who did look like He-Man and they ran out of money, it looks like they are not skimping on the effects for this. This looks great. The sets look
Well,
great. All the stuff looks, he looks like He-Man. He's got we were worried before I go to you, Tony, we were worried about this idea that he just wakes up on Earth with no memory of who he is and how are they going to roll this into it. Now it kind of makes sense. And like watching this, I'm like, yeah, that might work. DJ, our friend DJ, is cautiously optimistic about this. I feel the same way. Maybe a little bit more than cautiously optimistic. I'm like, okay, this is one I'm going to have to actually check out in the theaters. Skeletor looks great. We get the whole iconic I have the power and the lightning and the fight between He-Man and Skeletor. It's just a lot about this. Really kind of impressive. I was very pleasantly surprised by this. Tony, how did you feel about this trailer?
Looks good. I've been so lucky in my youth. My grandma and grandpa and my dad and then my mom, we would go to movies and all the time. And even ones I shouldn't have been at, like Born on the 4th of July or Platoon when I was like 6 and 7. Seeing this, I made my dad take me to this in the movie theater. Made him. There are certain movies that I made just bitched enough as a little boy. I'm going to be an asshole until you take me to this movie, as a little kid. And he would do it. He would take me, he would go. It was amazing. Yeah, thinking back, the final scenes there fight was horrible. It was like in this tiny theater with some black drapes and shit. But I still remember the ketone, and I still remember them eating fried chicken outside of a chicken place, and the girl being like, oh, this is like an animal, and he's like, don't think, just eat, or something like that. But the fact that you have Alison Brie, Idris Elba, Camilla Hayes, Kristen Wiig, dude, my girl I haven't seen in a while, Sashir Zameda, is in this fucking movie. My God, give me a call, girl, at PC Tony, DM me. You are a beautiful human. The Mountain's in this.
Grayskull?
Did you know that? He's playing Goatman. It's going to be fun.
Got you.
I've never heard of Nicholas Galatzine, who's playing He-Man, but he looks the part. I love that he found out who he was and instantly stripped down to the He-Man skibbies. Like, hey, let's sew some flesh now. But my only, I had the Skeletor's lair as a kid and all the action figures that opened up with all the shit and everything and the net and the castle. Loved it. Please don't let me see Jared Leto's face. I don't even want to hear his voice. That dude, you can put him in a ship and send him to the moon and it misses the moon and just keeps going. Other than that, looks really good.
Ay, Dios mío.
Why are we still employing these fucking douchebags? How does he still get a job?
He's a great actor.
But yeah, he's like a quarter step away from Ezra Miller. He
Ray.
Did he do some shit I didn't know about? I ain't never heard no Jared Leto.
He looks like a cult leader, doesn't he?
Other than not showering. That's what I hear. He's not big on showering.
Yeah, he looks like an asshole, but he ain't ever did nothing that we know of. That was gonna be one of my positives, because all y'all talk so much shit when he was cast as Skeletor, and Skeletor is one of the best parts of the goddamn trailer. Looks fucking fantastic. So booyah, in your face, word to Stuart Scott. Castle Grayskull, chef's kiss. Looks fantastic. That was She-Ra, right? That picked him up?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Looks great. Y'all didn't have to give my boy Idris Elba the crackhead afro. That's okay. Not worried about it. It's got the hat on. We'll deal with that. But another question was, how would he look at his man-at-arms? It was good, right? Fisto, my favorite character. And so, do you even know how I know about Masters of the Universe? Because that was before my time. Haven't told y'all the story?
I don't know. Tell it, Ray.
So as a kid, I've been obsessed with wrestling my whole life, literally. And my cousin, who's 9 years older than me, we grew up together, lived in the same house, right? My grandparents raised him like they raised me. And so he had a bunch of toys, and I started getting my toys like Power Rangers, X-Men, Ninja Turtles and stuff. But he had all his old toys he didn't play with anymore. So I took those toys and added them with my toys, and I created this wrestling organization and built like rings and cages and all this shit. And I had all of the old Master Universe people. I had no idea who the fuck they were. But my favorite was Fisto, because that big ass fist. Seeing my boy with the fist that hit him with the Hadouken uppercut really popped me off.
Is that why you're obsessed with Mephisto now?
Fisto,
No.
not Mephisto.
Good try. But no, Mephisto, I mean, hey, who's not obsessed with Sacha Baron Cohen? Anyway, trailer looks fantastic. Super hype. And if I remember correctly, old boy Nicholas Gladdenstone, whatever his name is, he may have acted before, but they did a worldwide search for that role. he has the fantastic mix, kind of Reeves and Cornswood-esque, of being that nerdy ass big dude as Adam. And then when he get that power of Grayskull, bitch, what's up, ho? Like he's in that thing. So I'm here for that. This is a theater movie. Agreed?
Yeah, this is one you got to watch on the big screen. It's got that grand scope to it where 3D for Tunny for sure, ScreenX, all that kind of stuff. This is a definite theater worthy movie that you're going to want to check out on the biggest screen possible.
Did you do the Dudley Boys?
The Dudley Boys?
I got that.
Hey, Ray, get the glasses.
Testify, Brother Raymond. Testify. There you go.
The glasses, the 3D glasses.
Yeah,
baby.
I dig it.
These are
I
3D
dig
glasses, actually.
I'll match you shit. I got them right here.
This is good. This is a very optimistic start.
I won't be able to see.
See what happens. We're less than 6 months away from this thing. So I'm very cautiously optimistic about this. I mean, it could be an absolute train wreck when we get there, but yeah, Tony, you want to put those back on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's better. All right. Good stuff all the way around. Hopefully you guys watching along with us at home enjoyed actually seeing those trailers. If you had not seen them before, like Tunny and Ray had not seen most of them. Obviously I did because I put them together, but it was cool watching it again live. So good stuff all the way around. We're going to take a break here, our first commercial break sort of. Tunny's going to tell you all about the chairshot.com, pro wrestling tees /chairshot. Where can people get their hands on some of this cool Chairshot merch, Tunny?
I think you just told them, Dave.
That's
I did kind of
just tell them, yeah.
ProWrestlingTees.com /the chair shot. Check it out. Tons of great designs. Makes a great gift any time of the year. TheChairShot.com. Great professional wrestling coverage. WWE. Whoa, shit. Watch out for that.
Yeah.
WWE is so hot. The fucking camera's going all over the place as we had in Royal Rumble. TNA, NXT, AEW, New Japan. We got all the coverage there. And don't forget about AttitudeOfAggression.com. Super great things going on over there. Revamped website. Looks amazing. Check all that out. And don't forget to follow Ray Cash. Yeah, it's Ray Cash. RAY is a Mysterio CA section Zaro signs. You got to do that for him because he loves it.
Thank you for telling me that and not the Blue Sky account.
Follow Ray on Pinterest at Cool Dude. I think Cool Dude Pics. Yeah,
I can't see without my glasses. Hey, there you guys are. All right. I am blind as a bat.
We're going to cut out for those listening on the podcast real quick for a commercial break. For those of you watching live, you won't notice a thing, but you are listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio, a part of thechairshot.com.
This is your boy Kenny Killer telling you to make sure you check out thechairshot.com, bringing you breaking news, interviews, podcasts galore, everything pro wrestling. Make sure you check it out, thechairshot.com.
All right. We are back. Time to talk some news around the nerdosphere. And there's a bit of news to discuss this week before we get to Battle Royal Madness coming up on the back end of this. Let's, of course, it wouldn't be a week. I mean, if there's a week with a day in it, which is every week.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Then
you know that there is a new news story to talk about. What I called earlier, everybody's favorite triple threat of entertainment, Netflix versus Paramount versus the Warner Brothers. We're waiting for the 3 stages of hell, like I said earlier. This week's update, Netflix has kind of changed tactics a little bit here, guys. And you remember last week when I was on the show and I showed you guys, the big 255-page fucking thing that they sent any of us who own WB stock, stating that here's our hostile takeover bid. We want to buy a cash offer for all the shares of WB for $30 a share. So Netflix decided, okay, point, counterpoint. They have now made a deal for all cash to Warner Brothers shareholders. It's an $83 billion sale. The price per share is coming in at, I think it's like $27.75 a share. So it is less per share than the Paramount bid at $30 a share. However, there's also some additional information circulating around that Netflix and Warner Brothers are very eager to throw out there, indicating that 93% of the Warner Brothers shareholders so far have already rejected this Paramount bid. So this vote that's coming up on this bid for Netflix to buy Warner Brothers, the shareholders are supposed to vote on this by April. Kind of seems like the writing is already on the wall there, guys. If 93% of the people are already saying, thanks, Paramount, but no fucking thanks. What are we doing here? I mean, why are we going through all these machinations? I know it's a lot of money, obviously a lot of money involved, but it sure seems like this is now a foregone conclusion. Now, of course, we don't know where that data is coming from. We don't know if that's accurate. This could be Netflix Warner Brothers spin. I don't know. People are looking at the stability of the companies involved. If you look at it straight up on the price per share, Paramount's got the better deal. But for some reason, shareholders are not feeling this Paramount. And maybe it's because of Ellison's Skeletons. Hey, that's like a Grateful Dead song or something. Ellison's Skeletons instead of Edison's Medicine. It's Ellison's Skeletons. It's like, yeah, we did lose a Grateful Dead bassist not too long ago, so maybe. Something's going on though, because people do not want anything to do with this Paramount bid, no matter. Now, if they come up to $40 a share, then I think it gets harder to just say, yeah, fuck it. Then you got to look at your bottom line. But for now, I don't know. Ray, what do you think, man? What do you think of this situation? It is a weekly thing that we have here on Bandwagon Nerds where we analyze the comings and goings of this hostile takeover bid. And here's a new chapter in this whole ridiculosity.
Sure. Two things. First off, I want to remind you again that the framing of this whole thing is wrong. Paramount is not offering more money. They're trying to buy the entire company. Netflix is just buying the studio. It's not the same thing. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what this reminds me of? You ever watched a football game? And let's say
we just talked about a bunch of them.
Football game
be
or
more
the football game?
You're going to be more specific.
Let me set the scenario. Let me set the scenario.
Let him build the foundation, Tony.
You ever watch the football game and one team is up by like 2 touchdowns, maybe more, and the other team
trying to piss Tony off, aren't you, Ray?
And the Bears win, right, Ray? Fuck you.
The Bears win.
Never mind, dog.
Okay, I'll be quiet. No. I want to hear this. I'm sorry.
I want to hear it too.
I can't resist a punchline. Please. I'm sorry. I look at.
But one team is up by a lot of points, and the other team has the ball. It's the end of the game, and they keep calling timeouts, and you're just like, you can't come back. Just let the game end. That's what this feels like.
Yeah, look, and you're right.
They're still fighting because you're supposed to fight till the end.
Well, yeah.
No, game over, bro.
But the Joe Pisarcik miracle in the Meadowlands with Herm Edwards getting the ball, and I mean, that's happened like once in 60 years.
175,000 times, yeah.
Yeah. So so you're telling me there's a chance? No, there's no chance.
That's what the Ellisons think. That's what they're thinking.
That's what they think. No,
but 93% saying no is pretty damning.
It's like, she's not going to go out with you guys. Dude, she doesn't. She's not that into you at all. But he's like, I'm going to keep sending her flowers, baby.
Dog. And it's not just the shareholders. Like the government was like, bro, leave it alone. You lost. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Move on.
Bro. But
move on.
I feel very confident after these two news items that, yeah, we'll talk about it because we're sycophants. But I don't think there's going to be any more like real news after this. There's nothing else to do.
No, it is as inevitable as Thanos right now, but some people just can't accept defeat. Tony?
Dude, Thanos, if you could snap your fingers and get rid of half of civilization, why couldn't you snap your fingers and double the resources instead?
We don't have this, the area. The area wouldn't have made it work, wouldn't have fit.
Ray, your time is done. Okay? I need your common sense bullshit coming in here, ruining my fucking booking by Tony, okay?
How funny would it be if he could have...
We all know about there, Ray!
How funny would it be if he could have snapped his fingers? Didn't know how to snap.
Or whistle. The guy, who's the whistling guy with the arrow he couldn't whistle?
Oh, Yandu?
Yeah, Yandu. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. What are we talking about? Oh, Paramount.
Warner Brothers. Yeah. Your favorite.
Netflix is like, hold my beer. How about cash? I mean, nothing says stability like it's in your bank account as soon as you want to put it in there. Here you go. You ever seen this much cash? We got more, just so you know. This is just a little bit of what we got.
No, this is the most gangster thing ever. How much they offering? Let me just give you this cash real fast.
There's cash here. Oh, you thought we were going to write a check? Here's cash. Look at you can
untraceable. Untraceable.
Hey,
you don't even have to pay taxes on this thing.
Come on over. We'll do the DuckTales thing where you can swim in the pennies or whatever. The government ain't making them anymore. Yeah, we just put them in there.
Let me match it up and get 180 million real fast or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
Ray said the most important thing. This is over.
Yeah, it's been over. But I'm sure it's not over because we've still got a couple timeouts left, right, Ray? Might as well use those bitches.
I think we're over now, bro. The 2-minute warning's gone.
Are they all? They're
There's
all
no
out of
more replay.
timeouts. We are out
It's
of
over
timeout
now, bro.
Let it go, guys. Let it go. I don't know if they. I don't know.
Like he was clearly tackled out of bounds, but the ref's like, no, he was
Just let the bitch go.
still
Just let the
going.
bitch go.
He
Yeah.
was still going. Run it.
Or it'll be like, what was the end of that one game a couple
Fuck
weeks ago where
runs.
they wouldn't let like the
It's
last
like-
second just go? They had to like make Georgia and Ole Miss. It was ridiculous. But anyway,
This is like, we can move on. Steve Martin makes his plane this time, okay?
yes. Let's move on to a different sort of story.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. Got
There
it.
we go.
Never mind. It's like, where did my screen go? Anyway, so we've talked about on this show several times about wondering when the DCU's Batman was going to get going. And of course, they haven't cast anybody as Batman, and we don't know when the Batman will be cast or any of that sort of stuff. But we did get news that there is a writer for the Batman Brave and the Bold. And it is going to be Christina Hodson. Now, she previously wrote The Flash, which wasn't exactly a gangbuster of a movie, and that's putting it kindly. She's worked on Bumblebee, which was a better movie. That was back in 2018. She worked on 2020's Birds of Prey, which was very good. We had The Flash. I believe she also did the writing for the Batgirl movie that unfortunately never saw the light of day. You know, you got Andy Muschietti, who of course, is director for It and It Chapter 2 and Welcome to Derry. So, you know, from that standpoint, you're looking at this thinking, okay, well, I don't know. We've certainly got Andy Muschietti knows what he's doing, but this is an interesting decision because this gal doesn't exactly have the greatest track record. I mean, stuff that she's done, some of it's been okay. I'd say Birds of Prey. I know, Ray, you're going to talk about Birds of Prey. I would agree with you that that was a very good movie. Bumblebee, I don't give a shit about because I'm just not into the Transformers. The Flash was, there's no way you can say anything other than it sucked. And Batgirl, who knows, right? I mean, we don't know because it never saw the light of day. But Tony, I'll go to you first on this one. What do you think of this choice for her to be the writer for the Batman, the Brave and the Bold, even though we still don't know anything about who's playing Batman or any of this other stuff, but at least they've got an idea of what the script, I guess, is going to be about?
Okay, I just have to trust James Gunn, I guess, right? That's what I have to do. I don't know. I'm more interested to see who's going to play Batman. Damn it. That's what we want to know. That's the important part. You brought up Bumblebee, and I thought of the Transformers universe, and for the first time, somebody popped into my mind that could play Batman. What about Shia?
Johan Cena? God,
Shia?
fuck
No, God.
Fuck
Tony,
no.
Really?
No.
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 And I think Shia is fantastic as an actor. Crazy, but a really good actor.
Exactly.
No way.
No?
No. God, no.
Well, I don't know.
No
It's
way.
gonna happen now. The
No
fact
how.
that you guys hate it so much has got to happen now. Purely just for me. You brought up the Flash, and I was like, oh, that's the wrong Flash. What if Grant Gustin was Batman? That'd be fucking awesome.
Now, that would be fine. I'd be
fucking-
more than, I'd be thrilled
You
with
just
that.
you just over here fucking fantasy booking and shit.
By Tony. I already told you about that about 5 minutes ago. I do that all the time. In all seriousness, I'm not gonna really react to anything until I know who's playing Batman, to be honest with you. This is a fine enough appointment. I don't have no qualms with it.
Ray.
Well, I think she's a good writer. Yes, Birds of Prey is one of the most underrated, underappreciated movies in the history of the DCU. What was beautiful, I think the reason people didn't take to it was because it was a movie written by a woman for women with women, and you know us men's, we don't like that. No, it was fucking fantastic. It was really good. I think
it was burdened by a bad title that they had to unwind. Yeah.
Yes, that too. I think The Flash is not a bad movie. I think The Flash is a flawed movie that starred a piece of shit. But like all the Michael Keaton scenes are fantastic. The car scenes are actually decent. It is not a bad movie.
I watched about 35 minutes of it this morning. It was on TBS after. It was funny. Captain Marvel was on, and then The Flash was on.
Yeah, it's a perfect TV movie.
Right. The problem with The Flash is that the direction they should have gone, they pivoted so far into a direction that made no sense.
Agreed.
But otherwise, it could have been a lot. It could have been great.
Agree, but a lot of that too had to do with the volatility of what DC.
Well,
was
they
going
never
through at the
listen to
time
us.
as well.
We've been telling them that for years. Do this, and they're like, fuck you guys.
I'm saying.
Okay.
But no, I'm down with her. I think she'll do well. I think she'll be great. It would have been cool to have some synergy with the goddamn Batgirl movie, but yes, I am with you though. None of this matters if we don't know who Batman is. I'm also interested to see who they cast as Damian and what age they cast Damian. And are we going with, as we think, the Court of Owls? Who's going to be the big bad of this movie? I also, maybe I'm stupid, which is very likely. This whole time I thought this was going to be an animated movie. This is live action. News to me?
Well, you thought Brave and Bold was going to be animated.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna need a Batman for this, Ray.
Yeah,
we're
going to need we need a real Batman.
We need a real person.
So Alan Richardson's probably the leader of the clubhouse, you think?
I still think
Mute his mic. Mute his
Timothy
fucking mic.
Chalamet.
You're
Timothy
about
Chalamet, too short.
Timmy?
Too short.
Timmy would be a dope. No, so in all seriousness,
Tony, have you seen
Timmy
Tom
would be-
Cruise play action heroes for all these years?
in all
I
seriousness,
have a guy. I have a real suggestion. Like none
And
of
al-
these have been real suggestions.
I have a
Are you
real
ready?
suggestion too.
And
Jacob Elordi.
maybe
You want to know my
maybe.
suggestion before I go?
not old
before-
enough. Not old
Ray,
enough.
my suggestion: Robert Pattinson.
Well, yeah, we know that. We all agree with that.
DJ does.
In all seriousness, as I've been trying to say for fucking 45 seconds, in all seriousness, Timothy Chalamet would be a fantastic Dick Grayson.
Yes, he could
To
be
me,
good
would
as
be
Nightwing.
an amazing
Nightwing.
Dick Grayson. Yes.
Yeah.
Too short. He's small. He's tiny.
Dick Grayson wasn't necessarily huge, super huge. He was just very buff and very athletic.
It's not
And
gonna be
Elordi
shown.
can't play him in this movie because this Batman's supposed to be older because he's got Damian.
What's the difference in age between Chalamet and Elordi?
I said Elordi could play Dick Grayson. You're saying Elordi as Batman.
Yeah, how the hell
Batman's
would a gigantic Jacob Elordi who played Frankenstein be Robin instead of Batman?
I'm not saying Elordi should be anything. You said Elordi should be Batman. I'm saying Elordi can't be Batman in this movie because Damian is supposed to be a kid. And so he's got to be older. And Elordi is like 28. Batman's got to be at least 40, 45.
Well, how does Chalamet fit then?
I was just saying Chalamet would be a great Dick Grayson if they ever used Dick Grayson. That's all I said. He's not in this movie. There is no Nightwing or Dick Grayson casted for this movie. I'm just thinking, look, acting ability. I think he'd be a very good Dick Grayson if they used one.
It's going to be someone we never heard of.
Elordi could have took it from Pattinson though. If Pattinson didn't get it, I would have liked that pick for him in the Reeves-verse for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I'm trying to think of I mean, a lot of it depends on how old Batman is at this point in time. Like, where are we in his career? Is he young? Is he more in the middle? Like, who, the guy from The Bear, who's it, Jeremy Allen White? Is that
He's
I don't think
short
tall
too.
enough.
he's
I'm
short
just
too?
enough. He's swole as hell though.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It'll be Hugh Jackman. It'll be like the Dark Knight version of Batman. They'll bring in Hugh Jackman.
This is gonna sound like a diss because this is almost a joke villain. He can make it really cool though. Can't you see Jeremy Allen White as the Mad Hatter?
Maybe.
I think
I would,
if
or maybe
they made it
somebody from the
serious?
Court of Owls or something. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a bad. I'd like to see him
And-
get involved with the DCU in some respect.
And especially since this dude lost all the weight, I know there was all the fantasy casting that Dave Bautista would be Bane, but skinny Dave Bautista, Hugo Strange,
Yeah. Or Hush. He could be Hush if they want to do something there. Why not? Right? Why not? All right. Hey, good stuff, man. A lot of speculation. We'll see where we go with Batman as we get further down the line. I agree with Tunney that, we gotta get Batman cast sooner rather than later.
So, Grok has 3 quick suggestions. Brandon Sklenar.
Who the fuck is that?
What's he been in?
I don't know. You guys gonna have to research.
Who's
that
he
while I
be?
read the next couple. Glenn Powell and Jensen
Okay,
Ackles.
that's
Who's the last
people
one?
been wanting Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. Taron
Yeah,
Egerton. Richard
yeah.
Madden, Luke Evans, Winston Duke, Lee Pace, Alan Richardson.
Luke Evans
They'll-
is an interesting choice.
So
They'll
that's what
never
Grok
make-
came up with.
Batman's gonna be white, so Winston Duke is gone. Batman's always
I would love a non-white Batman.
okay.
He's
Idris,
very interesting. Idris would be, if
Too
you're going to go
old.
that direction, but
He's too old.
but that's the direction that they want this Batman to be in. And I'm not saying this from this is not conjecture, in my opinion. It literally says Batman is older. That's Damian's in here.
well, they got to get away from. They can't make him young because then you really conflict with whatever they're doing with Elseworlds and Robert Pattinson
Agreed.
and the detective. So you've got to come somewhere between that and
He's old.
Dark
Alright,
Knight
Ice-T.
Returns, where he's the
Ice-T.
grizzled old Ice-T. There you go.
I'm
All right,
Batman.
throw an ice, you know.
Say that again, Ray. Say that again.
I'm Batman.
That's awesome. Batman's pimping car shield.
Hey, fool. I'm Batman.
I can see. I want to beat you so bad, my dick's hard. Yeah, he'll go full New Jack City.
Do you want to make sure you don't have
Ice-T line?
Yeah.
Do you want to make sure you don't have expensive auto repairs?
Yeah. Talk to the general. All right. Let's talk about some Oscar stuff, because this is this was big news. We don't normally, Patrick loves to talk about the Oscars, and for good reason. We've kind of shied away from it because the Oscars have been a shit show for years now. Now they're transitioning away from network to YouTube because viewership's down so much, and that's all fine. And of course, it only gets exciting when Will Smith is slapping the shit out of Chris Rock and that sort of thing.
I'll be honest with you, Dave, though. Think about this. Viewership's going to go up because of YouTube. More people are going to watch it there.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
And the shorts are going to get watched like 1 million times over the rest of the week. So
absolutely.
It's a brilliant move.
It is a great move. But this week we got nominations for the Oscars. And the one that stole the show is a movie that I know I love, I know Ray loves, I know a lot of the people I talk with on X absolutely love this movie. It is, quite honestly, for the vampire genre, the best vampire movie since Interview with the Vampire, and that was 1990 fucking. This is the best vampire movie that's come out since then. Tanya, have you seen Sinners? Please tell me you've seen Sinners by now. Before you answer it, let me just put this out there. 16 Oscar nominations. That is a new record. It's a horror movie. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. It is a horror movie with some great acting involved. Oscar nominations for this damn thing. Now you can answer, Tunny, so you can embarrass yourself further by me, kind of putting you in that picture there.
Well, here's our great host asking questions he already knows the answers to, since you put me on the spot, sir. Let's not play these games with PC Tunny. Anyway, no, just kidding. I'm the one who told you guys it broke the record. And I also have not seen the movie. I am not a horror film fan. This makes me want to watch it, but I've been wanting to watch Begonia and One Battle After Another for about 5 weeks now, and every time I turn it on, I just go to YouTube and watch more bullshit.
That's real, because I have been trying to watch that Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and I can't start it. Can't.
It's so, I've said this before, and this is going to be an explanation of me and not what we're talking about, but either something has me triggered to watch it and eventually I watch it, or something just doesn't and I just don't. And it's a rare opportunity when I watch those things that I just don't. This 16 nominations made me think, oh god damn, I gotta watch this fucking thing, especially since it's not as the horror I don't like, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm thrilled that the Academy, I think the bigger story is the way the Academy is broadening in its horizons. And it's funny that you need to be in movie theaters so long to get nominated, yet we're going to show this show on streaming now. So that's the last thing I have to say on this topic, because I think that was brilliant and so ridiculous of a dichotomy. It makes me laugh really fucking hard.
Ray, your thoughts on Sinners?
This, by the way, Tony, this movie is tasteful horror. It's not gore for the purpose of gore. It's really tasteful and clever. I'm excited. I'm inspired. I'm proud, and I also am terrified because this means they're gonna fuck him.
Probably.
They gave him the record.
How
so
many?
Now we don't have to give him shit.
Let's go around the horn. I haven't watched the film, so I'll say they'll win a quarter of their nominations.
Not even close.
How many? No,
they make it 2.
Dave?
Quarter is a good estimate. I think Ray's probably correct. It's going to get a couple, maybe 3 out of the 16.
What is?
3. 3.
What is a justifiable victory for the movie and for the culture? To be honest with you, what's a justifiable number?
Did it got nominated for Best Picture, right?
Yes, it won't get that.
If it won that, it's a win.
That's the highest it gets. So what it will get Best Song, because Miles Cannon murdered that. I sincerely doubt anything else is going to get over that. I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed to win Best Original Screenplay. I just don't see anything else over it because of the writing of it.
What about?
And I'm sure
Michael B. Jordan got nominated for Best Actor, right?
He's not winning that. No, there's no way. Let's go to Leo again. There's no way. Actually, shout out Wagner Marua might steal that because he's been getting all of the hype because of the foreignness of it. Wumi Masako may get a shout for Best Supporting Actress, But I think the third will be one of those like best set design or best some one of those. But Michael's not getting it. Ryan has the best shot of all the major ones to win Best Director. But again, Paul Thomas Anderson. So it's like, what do you do? This isn't a diss to Sinners. It's just a really fucking good year. Like the top 5 for the best male is one of the best 5s we had in a while. And Rock didn't even make it. And that was the darling of the entire year for the longest, right?
Yeah.
So just the fact they got to 16. They'll be talked about. I guarantee you, whoever does the monologue is going to talk Sinners for the majority of the monologue. It's going to be talked about. If they can get one of the big 5, so what's that? Best Picture, Actor, Actress,
supporting.
Yeah, and
Well,
I feel like they're guaranteed to win Best Original Screenplay.
They are
But if
not
they get
going
one of
to
the big
get.
5, they'll be fine.
They will not get Best Supporting Actress because
No.
that's going to Amy Madigan for Weapons. You can just put that.
Dog,
She's going
Wumi
to win.
Masako had a great. I don't know.
She did, but it's not going to be.
Amy is the favorite. You're right, because she was fantastic in that. But again, you got to think about how they think of the shit, the ACAS or whatever it is. They're gonna want to give them a bone.
They will.
So guys, let me jump in real quick here and shout out anytime somebody wants to jump in with us and make a comment, we like to mention you at Rab Ropes. Thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting. Just so you know, everybody who's listening, you comment, we're gonna shout you out. He was upset Tron Ares didn't get a nom for score. 9 Inch Nails did an incredible job.
I'd agree with that. With that.
9 Inch Nails is a phenomenal band that's like transitioned themselves across multiple genres, music, and they're so influential in their scene. I think classify it heavy metal, right, Dave?
Yeah. I mean, 9 Inch. Whatever you want to say about Tron Ares, the score was fantastic for that movie. It was tremendous. So that's a good
comment,
point from Rob Ropes.
That's my boy. That's Rob. That's my boy Rob. Yeah.
Rob, hey, thank you for the comment, Rob, and Tony. Thanks for catching that. I didn't even see that come in. That's how I'm so focused on Ray and me and Ray talking about Amy Madigan. I know it's your job.
I'm the overcover boss.
Overcover boss. There you go.
Trent is probably second to Ludwig right now in terms of like the newer guys. Ludwig is the best.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Goranson is. He's established himself as the best right now, but I think Trent has done enough movies now where like people recognize that he's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yep. So did any other nominations stand out to you guys? I mean, Sinners and Amy Madigan was the one that really stood out for me, which goes to say it's a strong year for horror. When you were looking at it, say, wow, look at that. Sinners sets a record as a horror movie. Amy Madigan, and she did so great. They're going to give her an Aunt Gladys spinoff series. Weapons was nowhere near the movie that Sinners was overall, but just a strong year for horror. I think Frankenstein got nominated for Best Picture as well, right, Ray? Tony, did I get that right?
Let's talk about the most competitive category, though. Are you ready?
Sure.
Best animated film. You got
that's rough.
Arco, Zootopia 2, which made a shit ton of money. K-pop Demon Hunters, which has been unbelievably ridiculously influential in the pop culture scene. Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and then Elio. Like, Elio was amazing and touted, right? So, like, another great... There's just been amazing movies back to the, like, visual effects. F1, Avatar, Fire and Ash, The Lost Bus, Sinners again, Jurassic World Rebirth, cinematography, Sinners, One Battle After Another. Frankenstein should probably win that one. Cinematography, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe. Cinematography, they'll probably win best set. They'll probably win best makeup, for sure, for what they did for Jacob.
Yeah, but just so many great things. I think Emma Stone wins, and let's give it to Michael B. That's who I'm rooting for.
I would love to see him. I mean, he should. I mean, I understand that Best Actor is stacked, but
they're not going to give it to him.
All right, Ray.
It's probably be Leo or a Lordy, but I hope it's Michael B.
I will notice that.
Is he supporting? I thought he was.
It's Chalamet, it's Jordan, it's Leo, it's Wagner Moreau, and it's Ethan Hawke.
I'm a bigger fan of Shalom B and Shalom C, but everyone seems to love Chalamet. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Tune in every week for witty banter like this from PC Tunney, also known as Monty.
Monty? What?
Dynamite drop in, Monty.
Monty Supreme, not Marty.
I will I will say this
Tony
for
Supreme,
the
I already changed
for the
my
UAP
awards
folks
today.
out there who are watching right now, if any of you UAP guys, Age of Disclosure did not get nominated for Best Documentary. We knew that was coming. I know that was the hope of Dan Farrow to kind of delay things to get that in there, but there's all sorts of problems on the Age of Disclosure front, so that did not happen. But it's a very strong season, and it's not going to YouTube yet, but I agree with you guys. It cannot get to YouTube quick enough to really change the trajectory of the Oscars and the Academy Awards. Let's get into our last bit of news before we turn this bad boy over to Raymond S. Cashington,
Oh, boy.
Esquire.
We got work to do still.
We still got work to do, but we are getting some interesting news on the video game front. Fable, one of the most beloved franchises in Xbox history, is returning in the fall of 2026, and it is making also at the same time coming to the PlayStation for the very first time ever. Anybody who played the Fable games, very open world, lots of different story arcs and branching storylines and that sort of thing. People who are Xbox exclusive fans are saying that this might be the RPG that revitalizes Xbox as a platform. I think that's a little optimistic. But for people on the PlayStation side of the fence who never got a chance to play this before, this represents a really cool opportunity to engross yourself in the Fable universe. DJ was very excited about this in the Bandwagon Nerds chat. I mean, I played I think one of the Fable games. It's been a while. It was always a very good game. I'm thrilled to see that the franchise is coming back. Did either of you guys play Fable? Probably, back in the day. No, Ray's like, nope.
I'm not an RPG guy. I'm just not. The Balaz brothers would be the ones to talk to about this. Maybe
Or DP.
a little. Nah,
Yeah.
He's not a huge RPG guy either. I know he's played them. But it's popular, and it's a huge thing for a lot of people. Like Fable's, like it's Final Fantasy and then Fable for me. I think as far as popular RPG games go, like I'm a big video game guy, but I'm just not on the RPG side. So
Yeah, like
apologize
Final
to you.
Fantasy.
Sorry, not sorry.
Like Chrono Trigger, stuff like that, or real big RPG sort of stuff. I mean, I get what you're saying. Go ahead, Ray.
I was just saying the same as Sonny. As a kid, only things I really played were sports games and fighting games. So like I never really played a lot of RPGs.
Well, there you go. I'm excited to see it come back. It'll be cool. I've got both systems, so I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see what's happening. Looking forward to seeing what they
thing though. Like Ray, you've always been a PlayStation guy, ever Xbox?
No, once Nintendo was over, I went straight to
Yeah, how do you feel about these Xbox exclusive titles coming to PlayStation? I mean, are you going to like drop down and play Halo Master Chief Edition on your PlayStation to see how cool it is, or?
So the way it worked for me, it worked out perfectly. So kind of like you and Dan Tunney, my God. Okay. So I called him my cousin. Legally, he's my nephew by marriage, but my best friend, Uncle Groot, Trey, the guy that I did the award-winning basketball podcast for one episode, we're 3 days apart. We were born and raised together, been like this our whole lives. We always did the opposite. So I did Nintendo, he did Sega. I did Sony, he did Microsoft. So that way we could always play everything. So I've played all the Xbox games anyway. He's played all the PlayStation games. But it'd be cool to be able to buy Halo now. Yeah, it'd be cool to be able to buy these games and play them. I'm excited for that. I mean, it's no different than a year ago when the Spider-Man games, which were only PS4 or 5 related, were finally allowed to go play on Microsoft, on Xboxes. Yeah, I think it's dope. Kill all the gatekeeping, bro. Just make all the money. Let everybody play.
This is true. There's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of decisions to be made. And we're going to be making some more decisions when we come back from this second commercial break, because it is time for Battle Royale Madness. The World Comics Bracket takes center stage as Cashington will be taken over. But I do want to remind you, you're listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio Network, a part of thechairshot.com.
Why should you visit thechairshot.com? Thechairshot.com is your home for hard-hitting reviews, news, opinion, and analysis with attitude. Why? Because you're smarter than the average fan. Thechairshot.com. Always use your head.
Raymond, it is time for you. There you go. He's looking at me. He's just jumping right in there, taking over the screen.
He's ready,
I love
Dave.
it. He is.
He's fucking ready. You have no idea what's coming in the next 2 months. This guy lives, breathes, and sleeps Battle Royale Madness right now. I honestly, I'm out here. I'm his hype man. It's none other than the one and the only REY as a Mysterio.
CASH as in dollar signs. Some people call him the total package. It's Ray Cash. Nobody calls me that, but thank you for that illustrious introduction, Mr. Tunney. Good people listening to the sound of my voice, welcome again to another episode of Battle Royale Madness here on Bandwagon Nerds, sponsored by thechairshot.com. This is week 3 of our tournament, week 2 of us going through the brackets. So when you get the idea of world comics, and as you can clearly see the picture, you see the comic vibe, right? The majority of what we've done definitely the past few years, but on this show, we speak a lot about Marvel and DC. They're the big ones. They're the ones that make all the money, get all the headlines, get all the news. There's a lot of other comics out there that exist. We never really had the chance to speak of them. We don't really get a chance to talk about them. Some of them we do. You know, we just spoke about Invincible earlier today. But I thought, let's go through and have a bracket of all the comics that aren't DC or Marvel. Now, some of you might be looking and saying, but Ninja Turtles are DC. Yes. I'm speaking of them before they got bought by bigger companies. So there are some that may be owned by Marvel and DC now, but originally when the characters were created, they were of their original comic company. So with that being said, Patrick is out today, and he was not able to get us his picks. So we have a replacement for his picks. If you like beards, if you like wrestling, if you like Italian dudes, and if you like grilling, then you like DJ from the Mindless Wrestling Podcast.
Wow.
So DJ is filling in for us as our fourth. He's not here, but the greatest producer in the history of producerism, PC Tunney, has his picks, along with our illustrious tiebreaker, the greatest scientist in the history of Milwaukee, DPP. But gentlemen, for us three, we good? We ready? You ready to go?
We're ready, sir. We are ready.
And as you can see in our beautiful bracket here, let's look at the actual the fillable bracket. As you can see, our number 1 seed overall, is Omni-Man facing the Midnighter 16. Our 8 seed Hellboy is facing our 9 seed Izuku Midoriya, or Deku, as he's known as. Our number 5 seed is Optimus Prime facing number 12 seed Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger, or Green Ranger, or Red Zero Ranger, whatever your kink is. The number 4 seed is Mark Grayson himself, Invincible, facing the number 13 seed Michelangelo. I particularly chose the last Ronin version, but it's your job to pick which one you want to use. Our 3 seed is Spawn, facing off against number 14 seed The Crow. Our number 6 seed is Bloodshot, facing off against the number 11 seed Vampirella. The number 7 seed is the Witchblade herself, Sarah Pazzini, versus Sailor Moon from the world of anime and manga, number 10. And number 2, Patrick O'Dowd's favorite character, the Homelander, faces off against Judge Dredd at 15. Boys, let's move
Actually,
on to
Judge Dredd is Patrick's favorite character. So
that's why I said it the way I said it. I know. He loves
Can we slot R2-D2 into this bracket just for the fun
next
of it?
week? Star Wars is next week.
Okay.
Yeah, he's number 17.
You're trolling now, Dave. You're just trolling.
All right, guys, let's let the madness commence. Our number 1 versus number 16 seed Omni-Man from the Invincible comics versus Midnighter, who was originally a Wildstorm Comics creation. I normally cede to the captain of our ship, Mr. Patrick O'Dowd, but the captain of our ship today is our good friend, the lawyer, as I affectionately call him, Dave Ungar. Dave.
Uncle Dave, not to be confused with Dave Meltzer.
The good Uncle Dave, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of Meltzer, this will not be a 5-star classic. This one will be over in a matter of seconds. We don't need to really talk about this too much. Omni-Man is a heavy, one of the heavy favorites to win this whole damn thing. Midnighter has 0 chance against a Viltrumite, especially one with a dark edge to him. Even the more softer, gentler Omni-Man is going to mop the floor with the Midnighter. This one's over in a matter of seconds. Yeah, man, it is all Omni-Man here, buddy.
Percival.
So, when the clock strikes midnight or any other time of the day, it's over for the Midnighter. End of story. DP and DJ, regardless of whatever happens here, both have Omni-Man.
Understood. Easily. No questions need to be asked. Midnighter, well done. You fought a good fight.
At least you
Moving
tried.
on. Yes. That's that Bart Simpson meme, the cake, at least you tried. Next matchup, gentlemen. Our number 2, the Homelander against the who thinks is the law. So I guess it's which law is the law? Is it the dude who took over the country, or is it the dude that was made for the country? Judge Dredd versus the Homelander. Tunney, I'm gonna go with you first, sir.
Yo, Adrian, I'm gonna die. I'll take Homelander. This is the same scenario. Exactly the same. Homelander's ridiculous. Judge Dredd is a human with a helmet.
Go ahead and give me DJs too while you're at it.
Well, it's Homelander.
And go ahead, Dave. Make it official.
Look, Homelander's one of the few guys in the entirety of this tournament who might be able to stand up to Omni-Man. That being said, Judge Dredd is not one of those people. And yo, Adrian, I got a fist put through my chest. Yeah, it's not. Sorry, Sly. You may be the law, but you're also dead.
Was that really Sly Stallone?
Dude, yeah, Sly Stallone played Judge Dredd.
I didn't know
But
that.
it doesn't matter because Homelander lasered his tits off too, and this one's over in a matter of seconds. So there you go.
I didn't know that was
All
I
done.
didn't know that was Sly. Hey, learn something. By the way, y'all know Omni-Man Homelander. I don't need to say my picks. Y'all know. We know what's up.
Right.
314, guys.
These weren't the competitive ones. Let's be honest.
But we're close. 314, guys. The ghost that goes bang in the night, Spawn. By the way, word to black superheroes. Versus the Crow. Now, is it a fair fight? Because the Crow's already dead.
So Spawn, technically.
That's true. It's a good ass point. So I guess this is the battle of the underworld. Give me that good old beautiful. Give me that good old beautiful beard, Tunney. Who did DJ pick?
I mean, you got the necroplasm suit. I'm going with Spawn. I mean, he's gonna eat the Crow and then beat the Crow.
Is that what you choosing or what DJ picked?
We both did.
Got you. And Dave, go ahead and make it official.
Yeah, I think Spawn, especially when you look at, I mean, Crow is resurrected and fueled by vengeance. Spawn is fucking vengeance, man. I mean, not only is he dead, but he's empowered by hell itself to, basically go and take out, some of the biggest and worst things that come from hell itself. So, yes, while they're both already dead, Spawn has got, the Crow's only chance is to make Spawn's timer run out, but I don't think that's going to matter in this sort of situation. Spawn's just got too many.
Yeah, the necroplasm subdues Crow so he can eat the Crow, and then he's sustainable and he's dead.
Well, I mean, it's too much power to deal with, and yeah, when you strip away the immortality factor and say, well, they both have it, then it becomes a lot easier.
Right,
and
but
Spawn
as long
wins.
as if Spawn can kill Crow's Crow, he's not immortal anymore.
True.
By the way,
I hear the Crow tastes like chicken. That's just what I heard.
Caw. By the way, I do. Please remind me if I don't do this. I want to shout out the actual companies, Image Comics and Caliber Press. That's why you notice I put them down here. I want people to. There's a lot of great comics companies outside of the big two. So shout out to Image, shout out to Caliber Press. Our 413. Invincible from Image Comics versus Michelangelo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure We're all gonna go Invincible here.
It doesn't matter, Ray.
The question I have for you guys is, does
Doesn't
it make a difference that it's this
No.
version of Michelangelo? Okay.
Not at all.
Dave?
I mean, unless that shell is impervious to attacks. We're talking about an Omni-Man level threat here in Invincible, right? He's a turtle who loves pizza. He's
Here's
battle worn. That's about
yeah,
it.
here is a third character who, when you look at this bracket, and there's the top 4 seeds really stand out
Yep.
from the other ones. And Invincible's right there as far as like a guy who can stand up there with Omni-Man, can probably stand in there with Homelander. Spawn creates some challenges for all these guys, as we will see later on in this whole thing. But yeah, I mean, we're just talking Invincible making turtle soup here. And that's all you get. It's bloody, it's brutal, and it's over very quickly. I got Invincible as well. This wasn't one of the tough ones either, in my opinion. So, half Viltrumite. I mean, what are we talking about here, man?
Should we do hashtag turtle soup?
Yeah.
Well,
Hashtag turtle soup. Heroes in a half anything.
I'm about to say, yeah, you know how they say turtles in a half shell? I guess that's the soup he's eating out of the half shell.
It's all that's left of his half shell. Exactly.
So, 4 straight, everybody's on the same page. I'm going to go first in this next one.
Okay.
Our number 5 seed is Optimus Prime from Transformers versus Tommy Oliver from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, 5-12 seeds, if you pay attention to actual March Madness, are the ones to look at. I am going to take the first upset of the tournament. I'm choosing Tommy Oliver, and I'm going to tell you why. If this was just Tommy as a Ranger versus Optimus Prime, no shot. No shot. Optimus Prime has been fighting for thousands, if not millions of years. He's one of the best battle-worn, battle-tested generals in the game. But Tommy has the power of the Zords. Tommy can call on the White Tiger Zord. You want to go in the lore, Tommy could call on the Dragon Zord. And I know, Dave, you probably wasn't a big Rangers fan. Tunney may not have been, even though that was close to his time too. The Zords never lose. Optimus has lost fights.
Optimus has also scrapped bigger threats and has better durability. I mean, I get the Tiger Zord, but like, I'm going Optimus Prime.
I figured y'all would. That's why I wanted to go first. Go ahead, Dave.
I think he's just chipping, and I think Optimus has more mech fight battle experience, because that's what it would be. That's the only chance he has, right? Like, without like Tiger Zord, there's no chance. It's just he's just chipping away until a death blow from, But I get the mech thing. I just think I'm sorry, Ray. I gotta go with Optimus.
No. I expected this. That's why I wanted to go first, because I expect that DJ goes the same, and so does Dave.
I'll go in this direction, and I think I like Ray. Yeah, this is a much better fight, and I like the point that Ray made. I'm going Optimus, I think, because experience. He's got more experience than Tommy. I mean, you're talking about a field general that has led the Transformers for millennia, right? That matters. That matters in the grand scheme of this thing. He's a little bit of a better leader. All things being considered equal, you can make arguments as to who's got more power, who's faster, who's got more durability. Those are kind of a wash. I think at the end of the day, I'm going with Optimus slightly, just because I think he's got more experience. He's a better field general than Tommy is. But it's a good fight. Don't get me wrong. But I am going to go Optimus Prime here. Just kind of based on that, I'm looking at all these factors and thinking, okay, who, this, that, the other. I do like Optimus's experience, the grizzled veteran. Sometimes that's enough. And I'll give it to Optimus on that basis here.
Word to Zach Gibson and James Gibson. What's his last name? James Drake. Sorry.
Not the grizzled young vets, but
he's a grizzled old vet because he's really grizzled. Yeah. Who does DJ pick? Is he breaking the tie? Do we have a tiebreaker?
Optimus Prime.
I figured. That's why I wanted to go first, gentlemen, so I can at least get my point across.
It's the
I
best
liked your
battle we've
point.
had so far. It's the
I
best
liked
battle
your,
we've
I
had so
liked your point, Ray. I really did like what you had to say. It's a tough one. I mean, Optimus
Like
is a little.
if he could summon and control multiple mechs, that would be huge. But I don't know
Who
that
said he
that's.
can't?
I've never seen it happen.
But is Optimus going to bring in a bunch of his guys as well? So
That's the
then
thing.
you get this massive battle, and then
Well, you can't call your homies.
Does he bring in Shia LaBeouf as Batman? Like, what happens? You know?
Yeah.
well, now I'm changing my vote to Tommy. So
yeah, I think we're going to end the show early, gentlemen.
All right. See you next week.
All right. So our 6-11 seed, as I'm thinking about it, might not be fair. Our 6-11 seed is from Variant Comics. You might have seen them as Vin Diesel, Bloodshot, facing off against Warren Publishing's Vampirella. Now, I say it might not be fair because of this. Vampirella's a badass. She definitely wants you to see that ass. But she's a vampire. Guess what Bloodshot doesn't have? Blood. His blood is filled with nanites, which is why Bloodshot is such a great fighter, because he essentially can't be destroyed because his body will rebuild itself. There's ways he can be defeated. But, Dave, where you going, brother? Because Vampirella, you probably grew up with Vampirella. She's an older comic.
I think you raise a good point that a lot of it has to do with the blood, and Bloodshot's whole deal is no blood nanites. Plus, the nanites also have another effect that we didn't mention. They rebuild him, right?
Mhm.
So these things can constantly come in here, and if he's got like catastrophic damage that has been done to him, those nanites will rebuild him quicker than Vampirella can do the damage. Most everything that I ran this through says this is a really close battle. Like Bloodshot usually wins, but it's not a clean sweep. And it is not a foregone conclusion because, Vampirella's definitely got the speed and mobility advantage. So she can just, outspeed this guy. And I know a lot of times we talk about how speed kills. And if it wasn't for the regenerative abilities of Bloodshot, I'd probably give it to Vampirella. I think his regenerative abilities come in. He's got some more and like you mentioned it earlier, Ray. Vampirella's a older character from older comics. Bloodshot is more modern and has just a better modern weaponry that probably gives him the little bit of an advantage here. So I'm going to go with Bloodshot to win this one, but this is another really, really tight one.
He's a former
if they're
military
going on
operative.
looks alone, I'm going with Vampirella.
Well, it's over if that's the case.
Yeah.
It's just in the tournament today. Also, Bloodshot I want to say he's a Marine. He may be an Army Ranger, but I want to say he's a Marine. Like so he's not just a dude that got powers. Like he know how to handle himself in the field. I picked Bloodshot as well. It's kind of hard when no matter how much more powerful you are than a person, if that person it's almost a Wolverine conundrum. The person keeps healing. At a certain point, what are you doing? What are you gonna do? Tony?
DJ has Vampirella.
Okay.
Just so y'all know. Vampirella, I mean, like, she's got like bullet precise timing. She can rip apart monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Ray knows what I'm doing here.
He's just messing with us.
But Bloodshot, I mean, he tanks nukes, he fights gods. The nanite thing is what happens here. It's Bloodshot, who's also one of my favorite skins on Fortnite.
I would have loved to have seen you pull a Tony and picked Vampirella just to go to the tie.
A DP pick Bloodshot.
Yeah, you already had the S to the tie. So it was the point.
It would have been funny if I did that just for fun, eh?
All right, guys. Our 7-10
funsies.
matchup is going to be our toughest one so far. I don't think it's close.
I think so.
Shout out to the ladies. Sarah Pazzini, the Witchblade, faces off against from Nakayoshi Comics and our manga in Japan, If you are a child of the late 80s, early 90s, one of the most iconic women you'll ever know, Sailor Moon. Guys, Sarah Pazzini does have the power of the Witchblade. Sailor Moon got the power of the goddamn moon. So, Tunny, where you going, my boy?
I think Sailor Moon scales to a planetary and galactic kind of scale.
Sorry.
That's why, I got Sailor Moon here. I got the 10 seed. I think you could flip these seeds. I just think the power is greater overall. That's where I'm at.
While you're at it, go ahead and give me what DJ got.
DJ also has Sailor Moon. The purity blasts and the crystals, I think, will overwhelm eventually. DJ kind of mentioned that as well.
Dave, I'm sorry, your pick's not gonna matter because I picked Sailor Moon as well. But I still want to know what you
That's
picked.
too bad because DP picks Sarah Pazzini.
Oh well. Dave?
But Dave?
Yeah, I have Sailor Moon as well for a lot of the reasons Tunney said. You've got the cosmic scale, the aspect of this, like you're saying, she does. Sarah Pazzini does have the Witchblade, but here's another one of these kind of like off the wall or not, flying under the radar factors that kind of comes in. Sarah is more kind of like she's got that no kill sort of rule to her as well, which is similar to like Batman and some of these other guys. Would that create a disadvantage in a situation where you're facing off against somebody who, can scale to cosmic level of abilities and that sort of thing? But I think Sailor Moon's just got too much firepower for Sarah here. So I'm going with Sailor Moon as well on this one. There's your upset.
Not only an upset, is that your Witchblade?
I got the Dark Blade.
He's got the Dark Saber. It's not quite the Witchblade.
We'll talk about the Dark Saber next week when we do Star Wars. Shout out to Moff Gideon. Not only an upset, guys, but a upset sweep. Will we have an upset in our final matchup? And these 8-9s have been big. Last week it was Mario and Pikachu. This week, Ron Perlman himself, Hellboy from Dark Horse Comics, versus the hero of all the world, My Hero Academia, known as Deku, Izuku Midoriya. Now, let me go first, if I will. Shout out to my niece, Amelia, outside of Carl's daughter. She's a huge My Hero Academia fan. I originally had somebody else in this spot, but she's the one who kind of put in my mind to put him in this tournament. With that being said, Hellboy's a badass. Hellboy was born to either save the world or destroy it, right? But he's slow as fuck. He's slow. He hit hard, but you gotta hit somebody. Deku is faster than a speeding bullet, not in Action Comics. Deku can go all day and all night. Deku has immense unlimited power. I'm taking the upset, my man. David versus Goliath. I'm taking David because David got superpowers. The Dark Saber looks dope, Tiny, for the record. Dave.
I had to make sure I got it on air looking good. Sorry.
It looks dope.
Yeah, I'm not with you on this one, Ray. I'm going Hellboy on this.
Not surprising.
I think strength is probably a wash.
God damn it. Stop messing my stuff up, Tony.
But I didn't do anything.
What happened?
What did I do?
I forgot to click off the page and went to the next.
Oh, okay.
I have my templates for the next round.
I got you. You. To get back to what I was saying, I think it's probably pretty close with strength. I give Hellboy a slight advantage there. Speed, I'm probably with you, Ray, that Deku's got the advantage there. I think where this one tips, and there's a big advantage for Hellboy in durability and endurance. He can take more punishment than Deku can. So
that's fair.
Even that speed and that sort of thing coming in here, that is a pretty big advantage for Hellboy. You know, I mean, you just. And you know, that's kind of where I'm going right now. Hellboy is going to win this one. Deku's probably going to get off to a stronger start in this fight, but I think Hellboy just wins him down, and at the end of the day, Deku can't do enough damage to beat him. So I'll go Hellboy on this one, and that makes Tunney's pick very interesting here since we're split 1-1 right now.
Yeah, because you got all three of them. So how you want to give it to me?
DJ has Hellboy. I'm gonna go with Deku. I think it's fast, furious, early and often, and I think we avoid a prolonged fight. I think that's the only way.
First
DPS
tiebreaker,
Hellboy.
guys.
DPS Hellboy.
Damn it.
You did that just to create drama, didn't you, Tunney?
Yeah, I have Hellboy actually too.
It's all right. It's all right.
Asshole.
I tried, Ray. What do you want me to do?
Trying to create some drama here, Ray.
Clearly.
You made the
all right,
brackets.
guys.
Don't yell at me.
Just the messenger.
I guess. Well, gentlemen, and everybody listening, good people. So it looks like we have ourselves a fully finished bracket. The number 1 seed, Omni-Man, murks the Midnighter. The number 8 seed, Hellboy, sneaks by Deku, the number 9. Number 5 seed, Optimus Prime, beats Tommy Oliver. Number 4 seed, Invincible, sweeps Michelangelo. Number 6 seed, Bloodshot, beats Vampirella. And the number 3 seed sweeps the Crow. The number 7 seed, Sarah Pazzini, is swept by Sailor Moon, the number 10 seed. The number 2 seed, Homelander, sweeps his matchup with Judge Dredd, which means when we get back to round 2, the round of 32 for the bracket of World Comics, number 1 seed Omni-Man will face the number 8 seed Hellboy. The number 5 seed Optimus Prime will face the number 4 seed Invincible. That should be a fun fight.
There we go.
The number 6 seed Bloodshot should face, as Dave called him earlier, the living the dead embodiment of vengeance, Spawn. And the number 10 seed Sailor Moon, God bless her, got to fight that dastardly number 2 Homelander. So
I mean, if she can squirt milk out of her nipples, she's got a chance.
That's right.
That is uncomfortable because she's a teenager.
Well, she's in the battle royal for death. I mean, whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, Ray, last game of the season, can't hold anything back now.
I guess so, right? Let's get it all out while we can.
Well,
next week,
squirt
guys.
milk or die, little girl.
Next week, we're going through Star Wars. The week after that, we'll have our last bracket, which I'll announce next week.
What seed is R2-D2?
The 21st seed.
Yeah.
Good.
On the outside looking in seed. Yeah. That's sort of
but for those
That's
listening, who want to know when we're going to get back to the round of 32, we're going to go through the full seed of Star Wars next week. We're going to go through the full seed of the best of the rest after that. And then we're going to backdoor that next week and do the 4 matchups from video games and the 4 matchups from this. So in 3 weeks, we will get back to video games and World Comics. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked it. I appreciate it. I hope the graphics are popping like I hope they are.
Oh, they're
and
awesome.
Amazing,
Awesome.
Ray. Great job. As
you,
always,
gentlemen.
you know that.
I don't know that. That's why I'm saying this shit. I don't.
You know, Ray, if
I'm
this
telling you. You know
podcasting
it
thing doesn't work out for you, you got a future in graphic arts, buddy. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Look, the beauty, the hilarity of it is, I am a terrible artist in terms of physically drawing, but I've always been good with figuring out how to do shit on a computer. I mean, that's my job. I'm an IT specialist, system admin.
Super hacker.
I'm not quite
All
there
right.
yet.
Before we cut out of here, last segment, what have you guys been watching this week? I'll kick this thing off. I'm at the very last episode of Stranger Things. Yeah, I know I've taken my fucking time with this because there's only 3,000 other things to watch. So I'm going to be watching that. I did watch the new Knives Out, which is God damn it, what's it called? Dead Man. I forget what the new one is.
Dead Man.
Wake Up, Dead Man.
Yeah.
Wake Up, Dead Man. Yeah. Phenomenal. Another awesome installment in this series. It is great. Daniel Craig can do no wrong with this series. I hope they do more These have turned into my favorite mystery movies of the last 20 years, this series of stuff that they've done. I absolutely love this new one. This one might have been the best mystery of all of them that they've done so far. I love this movie. So that's pretty much what I've been watching this last week. Trying to think. Pluribus, still watching Pluribus. Got through a couple more episodes of that, which is a phenomenal show. I mean, that is a very interesting take on things. But yeah, Tunny, what you been watching, man?
Watched the debut episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which we cover on Game Gone Wrong.
Yes, that
and
too.
As somebody like who is such a huge, gigantic fan of Game of Thrones and the whole universe, like I've now watched the entire Game of Thrones series 4 times. I'm going to go back and watch House of the Dragons seasons before we go back and cover it late this summer, early fall. To watch this and not be thrilled for like 7, 8, 9 minutes to start the first episode, but then grow into it and become as affectionate as I was about it. Go back and watch what we did for Game Gone Wrong and follow along with us for the next 5 weeks as we're going to have a live show within the week after every episode, right before the next one comes out. Me, Dave, and DJ, we're just enthralled with this, and I'm hooked. Dunk and egg, you got me.
Dunk and egg. Sounds like a breakfast at Denny's, but it's better.
And you know I love breakfast, Dave.
I know. I know why I went there. Ray, what you been watching lately, buddy?
Well, first off, you gotta shout out Unreal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you started? Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
Yeah, fucking fantastic, just amazing. That's my stuff. I love that show. I love that kind of stuff. As much as I wanted to wrestle, I wanted to be creative more than I wanted to wrestle. So like that's just fascinates the hell out of me.
We can tell with the unbelievably phenomenal job you do with Battle Royale Madness or whatever madness we're gonna do next year and whatever madness we've done. Ray, you deserve an Oscar nomination for what you do with that shit. I mean, I'm not blowing smoke.
That.
I'm just being honest right now. Like what you do with that and what we talked about, like what's coming up for you folks. Make sure you keep tuning in. It's only going to get better. This man right here is a fucking genius.
He is.
Just wait. Dave, you don't even know. There's some low-key shit that's just fucking brilliant that's coming.
It's not just about Josh Allen with Ray. Go ahead, Ray. What else have you been watching?
Oh, wow.
I mean, God. It could be.
Why?
It's a full-time. Being a Josh Allen hater is a full-time job, baby.
He was so happy, and you just fucked it all up.
He's happy because Josh isn't around.
Yes, very. The other thing, by the way, for the record, is I want to shout out the Pit Weekly. Fantastic show.
My mom and stepdad are on it.
God, so good. I probably should have waited for the season to end and binge watched it all the way through, but still love it. Percy Jackson and the Olympian season 2 finished this week. Really good, man. And
Disney Plus.
Walker, Disney Plus. Whatever the kid Walker, whatever his name is, that little Ryan Reynolds kid.
Texas Ranger? No.
That's probably his uncle.
I'll be quiet now.
The kid that played little Ryan Reynolds in The Adam Project is the kid that has his role. That boy there is a superstar, man. The boy's a superstar. So yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff all the way around, guys. All right, that is going to do it for this episode of Bandwagon Nerds this week. Before we cut out of here, make sure if you like what we're doing here, do us a favor, follow the show on X at Bandwagon Nerds. You know, kind of let us know that we're doing something right here. It helps all of us, me, Tunny, Ray, Patrick, everybody involved with the show. It'll help us know that, hey, we're onto something here. But I'll go first, let you know. If you want to follow me on X, on social media, or whatever the case is, it is at AttitudeAg. That is at AttitudeAGG. You can go check out the website, attitudeofaggression.com. Check out the YouTube channel, Attitude of Aggression. All sorts of stuff going on over there. And please, if you like what we're doing, leave us. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, hype, comment, whatever the case is, all that fun stuff. Tunny, let people know where they can. You already told them where they can follow Ray Cash, but just remind them where they can check out Ray.
Right there, REY as in Mysterio, CASH as in $. Follow me at PC Tunny, Chairshot Radio Network, all your favorite streaming platforms, thechairshot.com, prowrestlingtees.com/thechairshot, attitudeofaggression.com, all that stuff. We love you. We love Ray because it's Ray season right now. And he's doing a phenomenal job as he always
Ray
does.
season. It is Ray season. I love it, man. That is going to do it for this week. As for those of you in the colder parts of the nation, try and get some sun if you can. That's you, Tunny. Yeah, but stay warm. For the rest of you guys out there, get out of the basement, try and get some sun if you can find it. Check out some of these great matchups that Raymond has put out here. Do your own research. Get ready for Invincible. Get ready for Darth Maul. Get ready for He-Man. And of course, this week, get ready for Wonder Man. But until next week, Patrick will return next week. We'll see more Battle Royale Madness. But until then, you guys take care of yourself. Stay warm, stay safe. We will catch you guys soon.